like the look of your hand. That doesn't look good.
Well.
Which hand? A werewolf bite.
It's a werewolf bite. It was just I don't know. I felt like this past Monday. I felt like I had a stinging nettle attack or something. Suddenly my hand started stinging. I don't know what that is. So I scratched it, and then it turned into that. Anyway.
You should know better than scratching it.
Are we live?
What happened to me?
Are we live?
Are we not live?
Yeah, I think we're live. Is this what we're going to talk about?
I don't know.
Something, perhaps the most interesting thing I've read recently was I guess it's an article, or what would you call it? Someone wrote something and put it on the internet, and they did it in a way that it's been picked up and shared. So I guess it could have been a blog or something, but anyway, the subject matter was, this person is a what are you doing?
I noticed something about my carpet that I've never noticed before.
What are you doing?
There's like an insert of all one color. Okay, carry on. You saw an article that was passed around.
It was shared. I saw it's. I don't know how I saw it exactly. Who it was connected to. But anyway, it's written by somebody who was an immigrant to the U.S.
Yes.
And they were an immigrant child with their parents who were running away from an authoritarian regime. And he was writing about all the people who are in contact with each other who've come from authoritarian regimes, and they are all talking about what's going on right now. Now, this is kind of like, I'm starting to read it. I'm like, I don't quite get this yet. And then eventually they say, what's bothersome to all the people who are in the United States who ran away from authoritarian regimes and sought refuge at the US of A is they're all experiencing deja vu about what it was like where they were in the authoritarian ruled area before they ran away. They are basically feeling like, oh shit, now it's happening here. Which I thought was significant. All the things they started listing all the things that they were fleeing when they left their previous country, and they would list them all, and they're all the same shit that's going on in the US right now. It's not the entire list, but there's a lot of items on the list.
You know what I bet is on the list for the states that wasn't on the list for those other countries is having your children ripped away from you wherever you're coming in from, whatever port you land in.
But you could have your children taken away from you in another authoritarian regime, or have your parents abducted in the middle of the night or in the morning or whatever.
Yes, that's true.
That kind of thing. Families being separated. I mean, we know about this from the Baha'is of Iran. All kinds of weird stuff, right? Like people who are living in an authoritarian regime will report certain kinds of activities, and those activities are now appearing in the U.S. And when they list them, it's like, yep, that happened. Like the special Homeland Security squads that were going and grabbing people off the streets at protests, and nobody knew where these people went. That's a classic authoritarian regime tactic. It's just disappear people. And you don't know where they went, you don't know how long they'll be gone, and you don't know if they're coming back. Now, in the cases in the States, I don't think there's anybody who's not surfaced again. I haven't heard anything about that. But the whole concept of having someone just be snatched and nobody knows where they went is a pretty out there,
yep,
kind of thing. Anyway, that's... I wonder if I can find the article, and I'll append it to this video saying, go read this so you know what I'm talking about. And that's all I have for today.
Really? Well, I best go because Rachel Maddow is waiting for me.
Okay.
She won't start till I get there.
All right. That's right. You're the guest tonight.
Yes, I'm the guest, the Canadian guest.
That's all for COVID Chronicles for today. Goodbye.